Okay. I got involved with Man Alive back in 1997 when I was arrested for domestic violence against my ex-wife. And we were going through a divorce. We had a fight, and she was badly injured, had to go to the hospital the next day. And the police came from the hospital. The emergency room actually sent the police to our house, and I was arrested and thrown in jail. And then through the process of going through the courts and the system, the courts mandated me to do a 52-week program, Batterers Intervention Program. And this was a program that was recommended to me by the courts. It was Man Alive. And so I went through the program, and it changed my life. It really gave me a lot of tools and understanding about some of the things that I had been doing in my life that were really causing a lot of damage and destruction, not only in my relationship with my wife, but it was causing problems with my daughter. It was causing problems with my family members and my coworkers and my employees. I had a small business at the time. And so through the course of the 52 weeks, I really got an understanding of how violent I was, and I didn't understand it and did not look at myself as a violent man before I did the program. And now I understand that, all my life I've been doing various types of violence to people and having a lot of negative impacts. So at the very end of the program, the director and founder of the program, Hamish Sinclair, came to one of my classes and asked me at the break of one of the classes if I would be interested in continuing on and doing this work with him and creating, what we're doing as far as community outreach. And I said, no, I'm really not interested in it because, I've done my 52 weeks and I'm finishing up with my probation and going on with my life and getting back to my life. And so the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I could give back. I'd gotten so much out of this program, and it helped me so much, well, here was an opportunity for me to give back. So I started coming back to the classes once a week and just sitting in, and just being part of the class and being like a senior advocate in the program. And eventually started to learn how to facilitate classes and lead the classes, and went through a training program for about 6.5 months, and then another 6.5 months of actually training with another facilitator in the class. And that's how I started. We talk about a moment of fatal peril. It's the moment that precedes any violent act when a man feels challenged or his belief system is challenged. And what we're asking the men to do is to make a different decision in that moment. When you feel that moment to come up in your body, recognize it. Your heart starts to beat, your hands are sweating, your fists are clenching, your teeth and your jaw are getting clenched. What are you going to do in that moment? Make the decision. Instead of violating and using violence to deal with that situation, we're teaching the men to make a choice of intimating, to listen and disclose, to listen with 100% attention, and to disclose from their open heart and their open mind, without judgments, without criticism, without trying to control somebody else or dominate somebody else, and really speak from your emotions. A lot of what we do is help the men get back in touch with their emotions and learn to express, I'm afraid, I'm sad, I'm hurt in this moment, and ask for what they need, negotiate for what they need, instead of trying to force what they may need, to negotiate, hear from the other person's perspective, and then talk about your perspective and see if you can meet in the middle and treat others as equal instead of dominating them or treating them as an inferior. Treat them as an equal.
What are some of the